So, you know what? Don't buy it. Hi everybody, in today's video I'm going to be telling you why I don't think you should be subsidising Charlotte Tilbury by buying this palette. I'm Amelia and I love all things beauty, or do I? If you bought the Charlotte Tilbury Super Neutral palette, then this video is probably not for you, but if you're interested or you're thinking of buying it, then watch on. Here's the thing. I bought this a couple of days ago thinking it would be a good neutral palette for me to have for travel and so on, and something up to date and fun and quite small compared to my other palettes. Imagine my surprise when, as I'll show you now, I swatched everything properly on my arm, both in the cold light of day and under electronic light, so that I could kind of see the difference. And actually, I'm pretty underwhelmed. I think there's lots of palettes that I've got, and you've probably got as well, that would do pretty much the same thing, and you don't really need it. Whereas if you were to get the Denim Dimensions or the Emerald one, then that's giving you something completely different, and that not many brands out there have done in that kind of intensity and concentration. So here's the thing. What I'm going to do today is show you some comparisons with some colours or palettes that you've probably got somewhere, and you might have lost interest as I have done, but at the end of the day we could pull them out again. But also I'd like to show you how it's not really as remarkable as we think it is, or certainly as remarkable as I thought it was, and certainly as remarkable that at least a couple of others in the range are. Is it really worth your money? Let me show you whether it is or not. And here you can see all 9 shades. You can see the 6 matte silks, which are really lovely and soft and as buttery as you like. And then we've got the lovely shimmers, the Diamond Dimension on either side of my arm, the sort of the soft, very soft gold and the soft silver, and in the middle that beautiful burnished bronze colour, which is a crystal chrome. They really are just beautiful, beautiful shades. So let me show you some comparisons. So here we have, and forgive me, I'm going to use my eyeshadow brush to point so that you can see it accurately. Here are the 3 shades which are in the new Charlotte Tilbury palette. So we've got 2 Diamond Dimensions, as I said, which is this one, and then we've got the Crystal Chrome, which is this really lovely burnished, it's really lovely, burnished brown colour. But you can see the shimmer here on the Diamond Dimension. I mean, it's really lovely. Here's the thing. Over here, we've got the pop shade from the Beautyverse palette, which is actually very similar to this one here, if I sort of move my hand around. And then on the top here, we've got Golden Goddess. It's the pop shade from Golden Goddess, the little quad, and the pop shade from Exaggerize here. So you can see all these shades, they all share the same DNA. They'll all be, you know, getting together for family gatherings together and arguing over Christmas. This one here is my dirty little secret, which is Urban Decay's Space Cowboy. And you can see really how it shares that kind of sheen. Now, I'm not saying that they are exactly the same. I'm just saying these shades share the same DNA, and you can get a remarkably similar effect. To the extent that the eyeshadow that I'm wearing at the moment, which you may or may not have noticed, I have literally done one eye with the Super Neutral, which is this one, and this one has been a combination of using this, which not a lot of people have got one probably quite as worn out as this. This is the Super Nudes by Charlotte Tilbury. They're still sold. I mean, they're sort of 3 cools, 3 warms, and they're completely matte. And then on top, I put Space Cowboy. So, and in my inner corner, I used a bit of the Beautyverse palette, which was the shade that I showed you, this one here. Now, it's a first for me because this is a palette that I bought because I was really attracted by the packaging. I honestly thought I would use it, and I've hardly used it. I don't particularly like the quality, but honestly, I got the same effect. Now, I'm not suggesting that you want to be carting around 2 or 3 palettes with a bit of Space Cowboy with you and all of that. All I'm trying to say is, in a market that has got lots and lots and lots of things to tempt us with, it might be worth considering not necessarily always going on the neutral, jumping on the neutral bandwagon, as I did a couple of days ago when I bought this, simply because chances are we all love a neutral palette. It's so easy. We know why we love them. These firms know we love them, and chances are you've got something very similar. And actually, if you're going to buy one of these palettes, and she's got 6 of them, this may be probably the most boring one and the most kind of unnecessary one. It's not unique. It's not carefully curated to the extent that you just think, oh my goodness, I've got to have this. Whereas I do feel like that about the Exaggerize and the Golden Goddess palettes. I do feel that these little palettes are doing something that's actually quite unique and actually really nicely kind of put together and small and very portable. I've got it. Yeah, I'll use it, but I wonder if it's going to go the way of this without the fancy packaging. I kind of feel a little bit ripped off with this one actually, because £49, $60 for something that I've got loads of, that's not great value. And these firms, they know how to tempt us, and we want to be tempted. We're willing victims, and I'm certainly speaking for myself. I am a willing victim. You saw me. I mean, I bought it. This is my 3rd one now. However, in the age of Natasha Denona, who gives us a really big palette with loads of variety, and actually, on that note, I thought there'd be some similarities in the Glam palette, and there kind of aren't. There are some really lovely shimmers, but then they don't have that glimmery quality that these Charlotte Tilbury ones do, and indeed the ones that I've shown you, which are from Golden Goddess and Exaggerize. But also, as I said, Space Cowboy, which is quite a nifty little thing to have in your arsenal, because you pop this on top of any matte shade, you get a really good shimmer, a really good effect. So honestly, I don't think it's worth your money, and it certainly wasn't worth my money. And I'm like a lot of people, I love getting excited about an eyeshadow palette. It just thrills me. The thing that I would say is, looking at it, I was kind of thinking, well, what could they have done to have made this palette more interesting? And actually, I think the truth is they couldn't have done anything. This kind of ticks all the boxes. You get a bit of everything, and the shimmers are magnificent. I did compare the mattes to this, because I did wonder, when I looked at the Emerald palette, which is here, if you look at the two together, so absolutely dead on, side by side, can you see that a lot of the browns are very, very, very similar? And indeed, when I swatched them, ooh, let's do that. Indeed, when I swatched them, they were remarkably similar. The Emerald is very slightly warmer. These are slightly more taupey, pretty much the same. And it's certainly not worth spending 2 sets of £49, $60 for just that very slight shade difference, when you've undoubtedly got, I say undoubtedly, but I haven't looked in your drawers and cupboards, but I'm guessing you've undoubtedly got something remarkably similar. So honestly, if you're going to buy one of the 6 palettes, I just don't think this is the one to get. I really don't. It's not remarkable enough. The the emeralds are remarkable. They really are. It's such a versatile palette. The denims are remarkable because they're easily blendable with, I didn't find any fallout at all. And it's a unique set of 9 shades of blues, genuinely different shades of denim jean that you're going to have. This isn't it. So you know what? Save your money, because there's always something better around the corner. In fact, we know there is. We know there's always something better around the corner, because these companies know what we want. We want new product as often as possible so we can get tempted. And whether we want to or not, it's still a delight to read about it, watch the videos, and get excited. Those are my thoughts. It's really not the video I thought I was going to make. I thought I was going to make a video which was about having a lovely, safe palette that will never let you down. But you've probably got at least one of those already. So you know what? Don't buy it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.